What up, Dokkaners? We got another teaser. Oh my god, I almost said it again. I specifically tried to not say it. I got this weird habit of saying hint. It's not a hint. I said it in my last video. It's wrong. It's not a hint. It's just a teaser. Nothing actually is like implied here explicitly, but a lot of us are thinking something. So let's go ahead and check this out, and we will discuss afterwards. We're gonna watch both the global and the JP version. Here we go.
Kakarot, you really are something else. Damn you, Kakarot. I can't believe a battle-loving, kind-hearted Saiyan like you even exists. Only you can do this. You are number one.
Here it is! You fought pretty well. I'm impressed. See you around.
Kakarot, すごいやつだよお前は。頭にくるぜ。戦いが大好きで優しいサイヤ人なんてよ。頑張れカカロット。お前がナンバーワンだ。きた。お前はすげえよ。よく頑張った。またな。
All right. So you know what? I actually took away some stuff from this. Well, we're gonna save the obvious part in just a second. Obviously, it's a Majin Buu Saga, but like, hang on. When we're watching this, it shows Vegeta's respect, and they show Kid Goku. Now, I think a couple videos ago, I talked about how we're starting with Saiyan Saga, which is the beginning of Z. There's no mention of Dragon Ball, and we're all thinking it's going ahead, right, to the sagas afterwards. But the fact that this is in here is kind of interesting. I don't know if this is meant to insinuate anything. It's probably not. Dokkan does do random stuff here and there. But seeing Kid Goku in here does effectively mean we have kind of covered Dragon Ball. But yeah, that's a kind of funny thing to show. There's something else, and I forgot. Oh, the music. I don't pay attention to the in-game songs that much since I'm using my own songs normally on streams and stuff, but is this a song that we've had? I don't know what song this is, like what unit this is for. So if you recognize that, let me know what it's from. Unless it could just be new. But anyway, the obvious thing is it's Majin Buu Saga. Teaser 1 was Saiyan Saga, then Namek Saga. Teaser 2 was Android Saga, and then Android Cell Saga. Some people kind of break them apart. Some people I know don't, but it's still, they're kind of like, you know, separating them a little bit, or maybe not even separating. They're kind of just navigating through it from the start to the end. And then we have Majin Buu Saga, and I actually know some people who kind of split this up. There's the Fat Buu arc, the evolutions of Buu arc, you know, but Majin Buu Saga is covered here, which means there are only 3 options for what could be coming up next. Obviously, could be Super, could be GT, could be Daima. There is still no reason to, other than the one thing that I always mention, there is no other reason that would make me think it's Daima. But I mean, this is a pretty big thing, and I'm gonna keep harping on this until we get the confirmation, which is, by the way, confirmed to be happening soon. In the New Year's Dual Dokkan Festival banners, the newest New Year characters should be accompanied by the previous year's New Year characters. With the new characters being Gohan and Gamma, the last year's should have been on here, which is Daima, Super Saiyan Goku, and Gloria. They are not present. My assumption is that they are not here because they are simply saving them for the next logical appearance for a Dual Dokkan Festival besides something like this, which is an anniversary caliber banner, which will also be Dual Dokkan Festival. Not exactly in the same way, where they have them both at the same time. Depending on how they do this, they'll probably have Dokkan Festival Carnival Part 1, Dokkan Festival Carnival Part 2, but still that rule will apply to those banners. So that's where I'm thinking the Daima characters are going to be showing up, but they wouldn't do that unless there's a good reason. And my reason is that Daima's gonna be coming up for the 11th anniversary. So to me, this confirms Daima, to me. But you guys know I'm wrong 100 billion% of the time. So, you know, whatever I say is generally not what it is. But yeah, that's where I'm thinking. If it goes to Super or if it goes to GT, I also don't mind that. I'm also kind of feeling like this is not only like progressing forward, but it's also kind of paying homage to sagas. And I'm thinking that with Daima, in my opinion, being confirmed for the 11th anniversary, we are going to finally get a Daima saga. That's what I'm thinking. Now, tell me if the Legends brain rot is infecting me, but I gotta say, I love what Legends does when it comes to all the arcs. They have everything. They have a Super 17 arc. They have the Baby arc. They have the Black Star Dragon Ball arc. They have Universe 6 versus Champa. Like, I mean, they have Battle of Gods. They have everything. Why can't we do that? The logical reason is because there's not too many characters, but still, I don't care enough for that sort of thing. Like Namekians, there aren't that many good Namekians. Why do we have that category? Because it's obvious. Well, I think sagas are obvious. Daima Saga, I think at this point we've earned enough characters where we could do that. How do you even find, would it be Dragon Ball Seekers? That's probably the best place to find most of the Dragon or the Daima characters, right? Yeah, you got Piccolo, you got the Super Saiyan Goku, you got Glorio, free to play, Glorio TUR, you got free to play Vegeta, free to play Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Mini, Goma. These two, Pansy is in there. That's a good amount to start a category. And I think if we get 2 more characters, right, that can lead it, I think that would be great. Because these characters are already good and capable. I'm not gonna say they're top tier, except for, you know, Goma. I would say this guy's actually pretty good. And this guy's really, never mind. Yeah, they're pretty good collectively for a new batch. Obviously Goma's the best, but I think that this category is ready to get a leader. And so I think, this is again my theory, my speculation, we are going to be celebrating the sagas, and we are going to be getting a Daima Saga celebration for part 1, and then part 2 will be something else. Maybe the next thing after that, which would be Dragon Ball Super, which would be Battle of Gods. I kind of like this theory now. What if we get a Daima Saga for part 1 and then a Battle of Gods saga for part 2? We have plenty of Battle of Gods. The only issue is that they are all... Actually, do we have any Battle of Gods characters from Super, not from the Z movie? This is where you Dokkan hardcore people gotta help me out, because I don't recall. Realm of Gods, I don't even remember what the leader skill would be. Is it Realm of Gods? I don't know, man. No, he's a Pure Saiyans lead. Pure Saiyans. Like, this dude, is he a movie hero? He's a movie hero, so he's from Z. He's not a superhero. Do we actually have any Battle of Gods superhero characters? What if they do something where they sort of retcon the category? I mean, we've seen them do all sorts of weird things, right? What if they retcon the category and they include all characters from the Z Battle of Gods movie into the Super Battle of Gods arc? Or they just call it Battle of Gods arc, and it's an all-encompassing term that includes both the Super version and the Z version. And maybe we get the Super versions for the first time during the anniversary. That's actually kind of a cool idea for me, because again, I think more sagas need to be distinguished in this game. Also gives us easy new categories. I'm sure people have tried to come up with some new category ideas, and I'm sure that there's some good ones, but it's also very difficult to come up with them because we're starting to get some overlap, right? In my opinion, Final Trump Card and All Out Struggle, it's a very blurry line, okay? If you're in an All Out Struggle, what are you gonna do? Bust out your Final Trump Card, right? So I think that sort of thing, it starts to get a little blurry. And you can argue, you know, certain things go here and there. We have issues where characters belong in categories but are not. So I think shoring up the category system with a couple more obvious ones that can help sort of separate some characters, I think would be a good idea. So I hope that they push more sagas. I mean, look at all this. We got a bunch of these darker greens. We got the red ones, the purple ones. The blue ones are kind of few and far between, which is fine. But the orange ones up here, this is not representative of Dragon Ball. There's plenty more. There's a ton more in Dragon Ball Saga. This will probably never change just because of their fundamental definition of Dragon Ball Saga. It's during Goku's youth. So unless they decide to change all that, or maybe they do and they just include other ones, but this is just not enough to me. This is not acceptable. Am I making a big deal out of something? Sure, but this is also why I'm kind of convincing myself that it is a celebration of the sagas. That is going to be my prediction, my final prediction for this. Now, as far as when it's going to be revealed, I'll probably discuss this again in a separate video. We got an announcement. Well, We didn't actually get an announcement in game, I don't think. Somebody saw this on the official Global Dokkan, Global Bandai Namco site or YouTube page, and this is here. So I'm going to link this down below in the description. We'll probably get an official announcement for this tomorrow or something like that. And when we do, I'll make another video, maybe going into further detail, maybe looking back at last year's announcement video that we got at this time. But this is also interesting because this is happening on the 20th. So some people were thinking Genki Damatsuri was actually going to be where we learned what the characters are. I never thought that. I don't think that they would want their initial announcements to be overshadowed by something exponentially bigger, because while we all love Dokkan, Dragon Ball's announcements are bigger. Whatever those are, way bigger than Dokkan. So this being announced on the 20th, this is what I think is going to happen. We're going to get the theme. We're going to see the part 1 characters. We're not going to know what they do. We're not going to know their leader skills. We're not going to get any sort of data download. We're just going to see some of their animations and we're going to know who they are. And then on the 25th, I think we'll actually get the full breakdown because they will go over what the characters are. But I think that this also throws an interesting wrench into the works in terms of what it's going to be. I think some people were kind of hoping on some potential newer stuff, maybe manga related. I don't want to go into details and specifics on that. You guys know what I'm talking about. So some people were kind of hoping for that. I feel like this kind of eliminates that. But again, just like everything I said in this video, as far as my speculation and opinion, it's my opinion. I don't know anything. So just going to throw that out there. I'm going to link this down below. 20th, book your calendars for that. 25th, book your calendars for that. Well, 20th for me. Might be, no, it'd be 20th for most of you. Yeah. God, 3 in the morning. This is horrible. But anyway, good stuff coming very, very soon. 4 days from now, we will learn. Is it Daima? Is it GT? Is it Super? Is it just Z? I don't know. What if they just stayed in Z and they did all this to throw us off? I don't know. They could totally do that. Anyway, TED Talk over. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let in the comments your thoughts on what this final teaser means to you. Do you agree with any of my takes? Do you think that celebration of the sagas would be a good way to encapsulate the 11th anniversary? What sagas, in your opinion, are underrepresented? You can always say the ones that we currently have. Namek Saga needs more work. Saiyan Saga needs more work. So what are your top 2 picks for sagas? Like if we were to get 2 new sagas, what would be the best 2 in your opinion with a vast library of characters to choose from? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.